Hello, Professor. Today we are going to learn about quick learning application. We have designed a custom logo for our application, as you can see to the left side of the screen. We're going to discuss about the agenda that we set for this sprint. So this sprint, we were dedicated towards learning teamwork, how the responsibilities are divided between each team member. In each meeting, we had a goal that we were agreed on the roadmap ahead, how we have to take ahead the functionalities and removal of the obstacle based upon the discussions we had in the group. When we were distributing the responsibilities, we took in the account the factor that the expertise the particular person has in an area and the will to learn about said work. And verifying the client needs. When we talk about verifying the client needs, we used to go on the internet and research about a specific feature and what were the set market standard practice for that. Based upon that, we decided each feature. Roles and responsibilities of the teams, how we divided it. Mr. Amit Bayal, Ankush Karani, Genius, Sharanya, Shravani, and Usha. We have discussed this earlier. In the last presentation, you had made the professor told us to make certain changes in the team working agreement. We have done that. The roles and responsibilities were changed to accountabilities, and certain links were missing from the wiki page, so we have added that as well. The problem statement is the same as we discussed last time. So there is a disconnect between the content being taught in the universities and the students studying for the examinations. So this streamlines the process and helps them with time management, makes all the resources available for them in one place. And when we talk about student interaction and student and teacher interactions, they are also very streamlined. Even after office hours or school hours, they can send in a message to the teacher directly and get in touch and get their doubts clarified. It's the same applies for the parents when they want to meet the teacher and have a discussion about how they want to take ahead about the performance and what needs to be improved in a child's performance. Project overview. A learning management system is going to make all the resources available for the student in one place. The quizzes, the assignments, everything is going to be scheduled from our side so that they don't have to worry about the deadlines and they do not miss on submitting any quiz or assignment. Persona is going to be discussed by Genius.
All right, hello everybody. Once again, it's me, Genius, and I'll be walking you through the personas in my presentation part. This time, just like the last presentation we did, we walked through some personas, three personas we had, the student, teacher, and the admin. And also I have come up with some interactive charts and diagrams this time to make it more interesting. So let's get started. The first one, we have persona one is Deborah. She's the admin, she's the principal, age 34. She has to manage a team of size 40, and well, being the principal or the admin of the Institute of Learning Management System, she has to stay on the top of the game, like making sure everything's going correctly, providing the resources, anything that's needed to, like basically the game of demand and supply. She's gotta keep the show running, and she's the one in charge, and she has the administrator privileges when she logs in to the that's one of the use case, that's one of the user stories. And yeah, so ensuring a standard curriculum is being followed to the institute, and making sure everybody follows the protocol. Sorry for that. And yeah, providing resources to the teachers and the students and all those faculty, staff, slash everybody. So she's got it all taken care of. Deborah on the top of the game, the admin. All right, so the next one, David. He's a teacher who teaches mathematics at the age 29. And it's his responsibility to give out content, deliver lectures, video lectures, presentations, conduct Zoom meetings, and also come up with interactive quizzes, difficult questions, assignments, and all those resources, external links, academic materials for the students so that they come, so that it makes life easier for the students and for him as well when it's the time for grading those So yeah, he has some privileges, like uploading courses and uh, grading students assignments and exams. And yes, that's David, the teacher. Along with this, he also has to maintain the progress report, which means like he has to generate an annual or like semester wise progress report for the student, basically grading the quizzes and everything else. Now we have persona 3. That's the third one. He's Dom, and Dom's a student at age 19. He's studying. Yeah, his responsibilities are pretty obvious to us. Like he has to keep up with the assignments, uh, consume content, attend all the classes, and complete the degree. And then he also has a dream and aspirations to get into another high school, or like say like postgraduate institute, where he has to get in the top tier university. So he's got to keep up with those grades and everything else. So those were the personas, 3 personas. Let's see them again once again. Deborah, the admin, David, the teacher who teaches at the LMS Institute, and the third one is Dom, the student. All right. Covering up those 3 personas, I'll see you again once again in the presentation.
Hello, my name is Amit, and I'll be explaining MVP in our quick learning app. So our minimal viable product, we did login and registration sign up, home page, log out, add course, delete course, and uh, we can add courses to our cart too. We also have an admin login page. Let me show you the whole app working here. As you can see here, we have this home page for our quick learning app, and we also have an admin login that I have saved earlier, that I'll log in here. As you can see, it redirect admins to the dashboard. We've also made a dashboard where admin can see the revenue and number of courses, number of lessons, enrollment, and students. And she can also see active courses and pending courses. Further in dashboard, there are categories, courses, students, enrollment, report, messages, and settings. These things we haven't done it yet, but we'll do it by sprint 3. And let me show you the login logout process for a user. So when a user needs to sign up, they have successfully registered, and then they can log in from this page again. As you can see, we have successfully logged in. It's my courses. The student, when they log in, they have wish list, messages, purchase history, and user profile. It's currently under maintenance, but you can still add a profile photo. As you can see here. I have updated my profile photo successfully. I can update it multiple times. We can do password changes and email changes also to the profile. And that's it we have done for now. And thank you.
Everyone, this is Sharanya, and I'm going to explain you the technologies we are going to use in this project. For the front end, we are using React.js, HTML, CSS. And for the backend, we are using MongoDB, and MySQL for the database. The framework we are going to use is Visual Studio Code. And for the project management tool, we are going to use Jira. We are also going to use XAMPP and Slack, Apache Tomcat, and GitHub. The next slide is for conceptual architecture diagram. It includes 3 layers. The first layer is adaptive e-learning portal and learning styles acquisition, which is also called as web usage mining. The second or the middle layer includes learning repository, user classification manager, and interface component manager. It's also called as adaptive user interface layer. The third and the last layer, which includes a database, is administrative activities, the adaptive content manager, and e-learning content repository. The other diagram which we are going to use is sequence diagram. The sequence diagram includes 4 modules, which is interface, the admin, the student, and the professor. And the tasks between these, all the 4 entities are, we will manage the accounts, which is interface and admin, which is between interface and admin. And admin will manage the course material. Also, the third is admin will create the account. Also, a student can create the account. And the roles of admin and student are, the other roles are enrollment of classes, searching courses, and attending live classes and clarifying the doubts. Also, the student can upload the course material and the professor can upload the course material and take live classes, and they can upload the availability and they can clarify the doubts. Thank you.
This is the sprint backlog that we had made. So in this sprint, we had decided to add a certain functionalities, but we weren't able to complete all of them. So as you can see, the top few, I'm going to list it out for you. Getting wrong alert when the password or the email is wrong, even when the user enters the wrong credential, it shows a message, welcome with the username, which should not be there, needs to be rectified. User can monitor the attendance of the student and the professor, which is not working yet. So things like that are still in progress, and we're going to complete it by the end of next sprint. Sprint schedule, as we had discussed last time, the sprint schedule has, we have not yet dry run the database. We are not yet designed the database. We're still working on it.
Hi everyone. A user story is a tool in the agile software development used to capture the description of the software features from the user's perspective. The user story describes the type of the user and what they want to do and why they want to do. A user story helps to create a simplified description of the requirement. Next slide. So here is our user stories. Each user story is identified by the unique number, which is user story ID. And these are the roles. We have 3 roles: admin, professor, and the student. And if they wanted to log in and log out of the application, so that they can log in into the application, so that they can see the courses and review their personal information and access our quick learning app. And as they'll be logging into our application with their credentials. And the next is user story 2, which is used to manage their account details, so that they can change their, if they change their phone number, they can change the phone number, they can change their email address, and they can review their profile, and they can change their profile picture. And user story 3, which is used for the admin to view the list of courses and create the profiles for the users and modify the courses and view the student present in the courses. And this will help the users to access our application. Next slide. So these are the list of test cases which we have written. So each test case is identified by the test ID, and there is a description for it, and the what is the test case written for, and the current state defines whether the user is logged into the application or logged out of the application. And this is the sample data that is used for the testing, and what is the expected result, actual result, and the result, whether the test case is a pass or it is it's still in progress. So for each of them, for the reaching the login page, when the user clicks on the link, then he should be able to reach the login page, and by clicking on the sign in button, he should be able to go into the application with the valid the user should give the valid username and the password. And the password, there is an encryption for the password, and the password should be of minimum more than 8 characters. And he can create, if it doesn't have any credentials, so he can create the account, and if he has forgotten his credentials, then he can click on the forgot password and reset his password. And coming to the test case 2, which is used to access his account, so he'll be logged into the application. After that, he can click on the access account button on the right top corner, and change his profile picture and personal information. So we were able to do all of them, and log out of the application. The user should be able to click on the log first the user should be logged in, then he should be able to log out of the application. When he clicks on the logout, then there gets a confirmation message that is he sure that he wants to log out of the application, and if he clicks on yes, then he'll be logged out of the application. And the fourth test case is regarding the quizzes, like how he can give the how can he take the quizzes and access the marks, and what is he taking the quiz on time. Still we are working on this. Thank you.
All right, then, with me, Genius, once again, let's better understand the team velocity chart. So in this team velocity chart, I have used like 2 color schemes. Like the dark blue represents like the expected work from the team, which was the work that was like expected from us. We had to, get it done. And the green bars, the green bars on the graph, like on the left hand side, yeah, they represent like the work that we were able, or like the work that was actually delivered. So yeah, starting from I would explain you the x-axis. It's the date. Like, starting from 7th September, the academic semester started on like the fall semester started on like 9th of September, like what we counted like Wednesday as well. So 7th September, 27th, then we had the sprint 1. So the time frame between like 7th September to 27th September, we had it for the sprint 1, and the other one is like between 28th September all the way until today, the day 26th of October, and then we have the sprint 2. So the productivity rate is like quite appreciable. I mean, we have managed to always over deliver in comparison with what we were expected to be doing. So sprint 1, the presentation went well. We also had some feedback points, the key takeaways. We worked on it for the second one, and we took it always as a learning factor, as a team, as in whole. And yeah, so there you have the data plotted, and each scale represents like to say like 10 points on the y-axis. So yeah, that's the y-axis, and that's the x-axis. The graph on the right hand side, this one right here, specifically it specifically defines, it's dedicated for the sprint 2 only. So yeah, that's sprint 2. I mean, we could have shown it over here, like we over delivered content, but like no, we just let's keep it simple, like yeah, like we were up to the mark and everything was complete as expected. So that was a team velocity chart. Moving ahead with the burn down diagram. So the burn down chart, this blue line over here is the benchmark, and the red line, the pink line, the other color line is what we have done. So the progress report. So the way our team has progressed in building up learning management system project, and how we cope up, how we managed to deal with all the tasks, all the works, and how we got it together and got everything working, and the minimum viable product the prototype up and online. So yeah, this is the graph explains the team efforts and struggles that went through during this time frame from 7th of September 2022 all the way until the 26th of October. That's today. So yeah, and each scale over here on the y-axis represents like 20 points, which is like so that also kind of reflects to the user stories, user cases. Yeah. So there we have it. Team velocity chart and burn down diagram. Thank you. And on to the next person.
Hello, good evening, everyone. So today I'm discussing about the product cycle. In our product, first we are just checking the authentication and authorization, which is the login. And later we have 3 roles, that is admin, professor, and student. Next slide. Next slide. When the admin logins, then he'll be having these kind of features, such as he'll be having the access to the department courses and professors and students list. And also he'll be maintaining and monitoring the professors and students profile. And also he'll be having some communication channels to communicate with the entire professors and students who are there in the organization. And also he'll be checking the courses and whether the content is up to date or not, whether the new course is added, then he is responsible for that. And also looking into the accounts such as salaries and also the student fees and everything. Next slide. So here when the professor logins, so he or she'll be having what are the upcoming schedules, list of courses, and whether they have to attend the live classes, any live classes, and uploading the course related videos and assignment, quizzes, exams for the students to make sure that they have done or not, whether if they didn't done it, then by sending them notification, or else giving them the marks as 0 or anything like that. Giving marks and feedbacks also come into that. Monitoring the students' progress, and if the students' progress was not good, then they can also upload the feedback here itself. Attend study hours if they want to keep any study hours. If that particular course of students were not good, then they will also conduct the study hours for them. Also special classes, if they have any other special classes, they can see in this particular portal. And communication channel, such as texting directly to the students or texting directly to the management or anything. Like they can also chat with other professors as well, like we said it before. Next slide. When the student logins, then they'll find the list of courses, weekly schedules, and personal profile. Personal profile consists of their experiences and everything. And also they can upload assignments, write exams, submit quizzes. They can also see their marks and their achievements, workshops, and the badges that they gain, and the certifications. They can also download the materials, and which is not stored in the personal system, and it will be stored in the portal itself, just like Amazon Prime videos or Netflix movies or anything. If we download, then it will stays in the particular application itself, just like that, so that they can also see the classes whenever the network is not available. So, and the next thing is important or saved materials. If they can recheck it whenever they are going to they whenever they are going to apply for jobs or anything. And also in Handshake they can also apply for jobs, internships, and everything. They also have the communication channel, so that they can directly contact communicate with the professor or with the other students if they have any doubts. And the payment details whenever they pay a fee for that particular course or anything. Next slide. So this is our product development cycle. So in this, first we are creating the stage and production instance. So in stage, we'll be developing, first we are going to test in stage. If and only if it works in stage, then we are going for production. So the first step is designing database, and later we are developing the APIs and connecting with DB. And then later we integrate that services, we deploy it in stage, and then we integrate those services in the front end. And we create a UI and everything and integrate them in the front end, and then we deploy it in stage, and then we test it. If the testing is success without any bugs, then we go for the production deployment. Otherwise, we have to recheck again from the DB whether we have to change the tables or any API is going to crashed or anything, that we have to check. And then we resolve, and again we go for, we give deployment in the stage, and then we test again. And then also, if and only if we got success, then only we go for the production deployment. The same cycle repeats. Next slide. Now I'm discussing about the product backlog. So far we have done a few user stories, and we have a few pending user stories, and we have in progress user stories as well. Next slide. So these are, there are 15 issues pending that we have to proceed in the next sprint. And in progress, there are 11 stories, so that we are doing it right now, and where we have completed 6. Next slide. These are the few user stories that which are pending, done, and to do. Next slide.
I'm going to discuss about the retrospect. Next slide. So what went wrong? A lack of automation of tasks and enabling the version control and flooding the system with the unwanted tools. Submission of the user stories were delayed this time, and the time schedule was not matching of our team members. Next slide. What went right? Having an open communication channel, like in the last sprint, we were not able to communicate to each other properly, as it was the first time we were working together. We had a we had a conflicts among ourselves, so we were trying to resolve those conflicts this time, and we had a clear vision of our project, what has to be done, and recognizing each other's works, complementing each other, and motivating each other helped us a lot. And we did our research on the topics, including the tools and technologies, and adapting to the new communication channels like Slack and Jira, where we were able to adopt it. Next. So education is improving the lives of others and for the better standard of livings in the community. So the world better than they found it. So our quick learning app will help to increase the standard of the peoples and navigate to the successful career. So happy learning. Thank you.